Now, before we get started, I see exactly what you guys see. The Rock making all these like hand gestures and signaling towards, betraying Roman and all these little Easter egg hints and shit. I see it all. He came back with the Versace vest, kind of giving off the vibe of the vintage Versace fits he used to wear along with Hollywood Rock and just putting that all together. I see it all. But we have to talk about how sloppy this promo has been. Because of the bad reception and making kind of quick adjustments and stuff like that, the dialogue in the story has been shifted a little bit and it's been a little bit sloppy. So I'm going to try to make this very quick, but you guys can give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Prior to all this and disrespecting Cody now, because I guess that's the whole thing, The Rock had made mentions that he wanted to be head of the table and that he was coming back. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, which guarantees his slot at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. That was his choosing. So, okay, we have that. But then, of course, Cody Rhodes steps to the ring and says to Roman, blah, 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 you know somebody who knows you best, and The Rock comes out and takes over. They wouldn't do that promo to then botch a lot of like the dialogue, which doesn't make sense, and I'm gonna break it down, to then have Cody still finish his story. They would have just had The Rock appear and be like a sidekick or like a help or a wingman to prevent Jimmy and Solo from interfering again for the second time in a row to prevent Roman from winning that way, like from cheating. But instead, it just seemed more so like The Rock was going to face Roman. And it was so positive that night on the show, but it received a lot of backlash and bad reception afterwards. And a lot of house shows, everything was getting bad press. I know for a fact, due to the Vince McMahon situation, they decided to push this and felt like this would have been the best thing for business. But because that's a double negative and both were badly received, they had to immediately give it back to Cody. That's what I believe. And to kind of focus on that. Now, fast forward from that, Cody Rhodes and everybody during the press. Remember, The Rock and Cody Rhodes basically had a bond about who was going to be head of the table and how The Rock was going to go ahead and try to take out Roman. They never really said anything, but that's kind of what we got from it. Where they messed up was The Rock pushed out some promo and they made it seem like Cody lost his spot. He never really lost anything, to be honest. He was just given what's normal is the decision, and during the press, it was good. When they came out, and there was a lot of like tension. But where they messed up was not once did Cody disrespect the ancestors of The Rock and Roman. In fact, he disrespected Roman Reigns, which you would have thought The Rock would be on your side because you said you wanted to be head of the table and you wanted to take out The Rock. So take out Roman. So you would have actually been on Cody's side with that. But because of all the bad reception, he had to flip it now and make it seem like he's on Roman's side and it's the bloodline and family over everything. And therefore that whole little quickness of you disrespect his ancestors, you disrespecting mine. You doing this, you doing that to me or whatever, where he should have kind of paid attention to when Cody said, you two haven't been in the kitchen cooking over the last 2 years. He should have taken that as a sign of disrespect and engaged that and focused on the fact that he disrespected his work ethic in the ring and out. And that would have made for him to say, you know what, screw you, Cody, I'm on Roman's side. But no, he addressed the whole family shit. They did the slap. It's going crazy. We love it. But this is where it goes kind of off the grid. And the dialogue and the promo and everything and the work on the mic gets a little sloppy. Rock backstage and Roman exchange words to Triple H. Triple H then responds the next show and does exactly what we were hoping for, and that's respond to The Rock and use some of the cadence of what The Rock would normally do to the audience and to certain wrestlers and to certain superstars. And we know he's addressing The Rock. So now you think The Rock is going to address him, Cody, everybody the following. But no, he doesn't even make a mention. No one does. Seth Rollins does his job to kind of input where he stands. And he gives off his here's and there's. And Roman Reigns does the same. Roman Reigns cooks Seth Rollins. So Roman Reigns does his job as well. Cody Rhodes does his job as well. But The Rock has now been trying to pick up the pieces with his dialogue, because then in this show right here, he doesn't address Seth Rollins. He doesn't address really anyone. He goes after Cody and this whole, you want a rematch? That's the whole idea, because it was an unfair match. They interfered and he lost the match due to that. So the whole point is he won the Royal Rumble. That's how it works. And he tries to use examples of teams and how teams come back from a loss and they just move on. They're trying to do a lot, and The Rock is trying to play heel off of that, and then trying to say how him and the bloodline are going to be a dominant force. But it's really, in my opinion, it's looking like, I just love the fact that I know what's going to happen, or hopefully it's going to happen, but the way they're doing it, it's not hitting. And we kind of see the signals and some of the dialogue, very neutral, but very passive aggressive and just trying to get right into the point. But we kind of know he's signaling towards Roman Reigns. But The Rock missed a lot of points. The Rock didn't address a lot of the shit that we thought he was going to address. Again, he didn't even address Triple H. And the whole family thing, and says that your time ends now and the bloodline starts now. You know, he integrated disrespecting the fans of Salt Lake City with the promo, which always worked for The Rock. But I can honestly see where he's trying to pick up the pieces and trying to spin the story that it's about the family bloodline, when you know damn right that you kind of bad recept the whole shit. The shit was a bad receipt. Like, this shit was bad. Another thing too is, I mean, it does make sense, but it don't at the same time. They're trying to make it more about family. But if you really want to be honest, why would Roman not see it as a disrespect? If we're talking about, you know, soap opera in this sense, right? Why would Roman not see it as disrespect that his own flesh and blood is trying to battle him at WrestleMania without the intent thought of, oh wait, you trying to be head of the table? So why would they be on some kumbaya shit? You get what I'm saying? Like, how would Roman not address him like, wait, were you trying to step to me being head of the table? So all that dialogue is really missing, and The Rock is trying his absolute best at trying to get away from what was the original storyline and trying to really re-script the whole shit. And not only that, when you say he has a little bit of gospel, normally that's in a positive note. It's not really on some negative shit. So there's some things that The Rock is doing that's not making any sense. Also, he kind of fucked up too in his lines when he said The Rock and the Bloodline is the best duo, whatever, when there's like way more people in the Bloodline. So it wouldn't necessarily be a duo. There's a lot of things that are like really being botched right now. And I know they're trying to pick up the pieces, but The Rock, like, I love that he still got it with the audience. He knows how to respond to them. But man, do I see some struggle with trying to keep this story intact, knowing damn well y'all knew where y'all was going and it was just poorly received. And now you're trying to like kind of flip it. Like, to call Cody a loser, it just was like, okay, oh, that's fine. But he won the Royal Rumble. And that's the whole point. And it just seems like now The Rock's involvement, it could be a great outcome. You know, he can stop, and the way I saw it was he can honestly stop Jimmy and Solo from interfering and probably have them turn on Roman as well. And it'll cause a lot of conflict with The Rock and Roman, and they can have a lot of ongoing shit where they really just be fighting during pay-per-views. And that could be The Rock's next couple months journey in the WWE, you know, with this storyline. And then Cody holds the title and does what he do. But like, have you guys noticed how sloppy this shit's been? Or am I the only one? Please let me know in the comment section below. There's probably a lot of shit that I've missed, but just know it's been a little sloppy. Some of the examples that he's given, like with MJ and the Chicago Bulls and the whole 49ers game, like, I get your examples, but no, he won the Royal Rumble. Had he not won the Royal Rumble, we wouldn't have this conversation. He didn't just promo the whole year and said, I want to finish my story. He won the Royal Rumble, so he's given that opportunity by default to go ahead and verse Roman. And that's what he wants to do. And yeah, it's a little bit sloppy, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's your boy 3MG. God bless. And thank y'all for all the love y'all been showing on both channels. I'm out of here.